Hi, welcome back to What Elon Said. Today is Sunday, February 13th.
That's right, 13th.
And we're eager to see what Elon said over the last day. So we're going to go over his tweets and have a little commentary.
That's right. We'll jump right into it. Doesn't look like any new tweets directly from him, as we still have his leadership comment here from a day ago. So we'll jump over to replies. So first one here, ESG Hound wrote, if SpaceX has to pivot to KSC and Elon Musk keeps his STEM and R&D pledge in RVG, I will gain a ton of respect and may have no choice but to simp. And Elon responded, the pledge is good no matter what. All right, so you follow?
I need a translation there.
Let's break this one down here. Okay, so I do believe KSC means Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Yes. Okay, so I think what this is referring to is the statement about where they're going to do the test launch for Starship, and whether, if they can't do it in Texas, then they'll move it over to Florida and do it at Kennedy Space Center, where most launches in the U.S. occur, right?
Yes, and actually I read that Times had an article this morning on that if they do move it to Kennedy, it's going to take them an additional 8 or 9 months because the launch pad is actually not built for a vehicle that big, an engine that big.
Wow.
So
okay,
that'll substantially delay it if they do it. But
yeah,
I'm a big believer that the having more things in Kennedy makes more sense because it really is. Boca Chica is very remote, and I don't know how they're going to hire people in the long term. I understand during the eager development stages, they'll have young, unattached engineers, but as they need more and more professionals with families, it's going to be hard to grow the company exponentially in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I mean, 2 things to that. One is I think they're already in the process of building out an entire ecosystem there, an entire city, really, Starbase, right? Okay, so it's small now, right? And it's really just the couple launch pads or whatever. But I mean, how serious do you think he was? It was obviously the naming of this university idea was obviously meant to be a joke, but maybe he'll even name it that. But I mean, couldn't you have seen that actually happening? Him creating some sort of educational, university or, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, I definitely see that happening, especially with him already driving the initiative for his kids' schooling, not the university level, but the primary and secondary school. So
right,
I think he is serious
Tesla,
about that.
Right?
The name I don't think is serious, but he's
what wasn't the the primary education school, was that at Tesla? Wasn't that meant for his kids and then Tesla employees, or was it a separate private institute where parents could send their kids?
It is just meant for very small. It's just meant for some Tesla's employees right now, but they're setting up the framework. The guy that's running it is setting up the framework to launch it as an online component, as a homeschool based education for now. And who knows? Eventually, they could roll it out to be physical locations in different cities.
Yeah. So I mean, if he did something like that near Starbase out there in Boca Chica, then you could really start to build a population potentially. It's and I think I read something some months ago that they're building housing out there.
They are. I don't I mean, and I don't know how fast they can go to attract people who would actually want to live there, and raise their family there.
I
It's
don't
kind of
know. I
like
mean, seems like
the
good
test
climate.
pilot
You're
days, right?
you're
Test
down at the
pilot days in the
Mediterranean.
Mojave Desert.
Okay. Yeah, right. I was saying you're down at the Gulf of Mexico. My mindset's a little different now. I almost said Mediterranean because it's like the Gulf of Mexico over here.
You are. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been there, so I don't know what it's like, but I've heard it's very remote.
Yeah.
But I guess that's how new cities explode. It ramps up fast when something's exciting there.
So the one acronym that I could not figure out here was RVG, and I'm thinking that refers to their location in Texas in some way. Only thing I could think of was like Rio Valley Grande or something, something Texas related in terms of a location. But I don't know, still got to dig into that one. Maybe someone will say something in the comments if they ever see this. But yeah, there's Elon saying the pledge is good no matter what. So seems like whether they have to move to Florida or not, he's pretty committed to that. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
This next one, you can tell that he's in a SpaceX mindset right now. I've actually wondered if there's any analytics on like the days of the week that he tweets about Tesla versus SpaceX or versus anything else, right? Or the time of day, or like if there's any sort of patterns to the topics that he's tweeting about.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe we go back and see if it groups in a little research study.
Yeah, because like a week or two ago, it was all about Tesla, all about FSD. It was like right after the earnings call. He went kind of silent prior to the earnings call, and then there was a lot about Tesla related. And now it seems like we're in a very SpaceX related mindset right now. So really interesting to think about how he balances his focus.
It's amazing. I don't know how he does it.
But this is a pretty awesome picture here of the bottom of the Super Heavy booster. I think there's 29 Raptor engines here, and Elon responds and says, moving to 33 engines on the next booster. So
amazing. And each one will have like double the power that it has.
Just incredible. As someone I know responded saying, I wonder how many will oscillate or move around, and someone responded to that saying just the center ones. But interesting thought there. Like, I wonder if the diameter of this thing is going to get bigger, or if they're just going to squeeze them into these sections here.
I don't know. It's amazing.
But yeah, really cool there. I did not see this one, but let's see. McDonald's wrote, something's coming. 2/13/22, and Elon replied, looks like a sweating emoji or some sort of excited emoji there.
What is that? Yeah, is that what that is? I don't know what that symbol is.
I don't know.
A shower or something?
Yeah. It's definitely an expression of excitement in one way or another, I think. So let's just go in a little bit deeper here and see what some of the responses
Elon endorsing McDonald's.
Yeah, so there seems to be like a fast food social media or Twitter competition, to have just the silliest or most ridiculous like social media accounts. And Wendy's really leads the way on that with their roasting campaign and all that. But it seems like McDonald's is getting in the game here a little bit. Oh, didn't Elon also recently reply and say that he would eat a Happy Meal on live television or something if McDonald's would accept Dogecoin? That's what it was.
Oh, that's right. So maybe that's what he's sweating about. Like, he's excited that they might accept Dogecoin. Yes. That's it. I think you uncovered it.
There we
Took us,
go. Yeah.
but we got it. That's
Okay.
funny.
Well, we won't even scroll down to that
No,
right there,
no,
which
that
looked
doesn't look like
Ronald doing something
it's
inappropriate, maybe.
PG content there.
But wow. Okay. So hey, that's today. So I wonder
Wow.
if there's been any more.
Well, it's a Super Bowl
Can
today.
I get a? All right.
So
That's
probably during the Super Bowl, they'll unveil what it is.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You'll
their
have to let me know
pre-game
about
tease.
that one. Like
one of
it
the
almost looks a little bit like a Cybertruck sort of space
Yeah,
vehicle or something there.
interesting.
Pretty cool.
Cyberburgers, maybe.
Cyberburger.
Yes, they're one of the few non-crypto commercials that are going to be on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They do seem to be everywhere. Meanwhile, like Bitcoin drops from 60K to down under 40K, and
yeah,
seems to orbit around the 40K number these days. But like, I've never seen so many crypto ads. It just clutters my Twitter.
everything. They said the Super Bowl is supposed to be littered with crypto ads tonight.
Okay. So, I mean,
we'll see.
It'll be interesting to see how things move tomorrow, or even during the Super Bowl, right? That's right. Need to be. All right. Next up, he's saying these were ancient times, or says ancient times, referring to this Tesla Silicon Valley Club post in a very scratchy video there, looks like. But
yes, and bad lighting.
Yeah, not great there. Not a great video to post, but if we are on more than one planet, the probable lifespan of human civilization is going to be far greater than if we are on one planet. Cool. So 2012 there, quote from Elon. Very much agree with that and that mission of SpaceX, right? Again, referring back to the Tim Urban, Elon Musk series, where he talks a lot about like what's the reasoning behind this, and how the whole idea is to back up humanity, to do like a file drive backup. So I agree with that, but he's made comments before about, well, life on Earth is limited anyway because the sun will eventually engulf it.
Yes.
Okay, so in that situation, I don't think getting to Mars is really going to help that much, because it's damn well going to engulf that too. So
no,
but it would potentially start the snowball of movement to potentially outside of the solar system. So
yeah, I mean, that's the show, The Expanse. That's what it's all about. There's Mars, asteroid belts, and Earth, 200 years from now, all battling it out politically. And then there's the next the arc from the Mormons that are going out to another solar system.
Okay. And they're just I haven't seen this, obviously, so we haven't left the solar system yet, but we've pretty much populated the entire solar system. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, so it's like steps at a time going out, just to make sure we're multi-planet species. And that you're right. So that's Mars is the first step to have a base somewhere, and then eventually you'll get outside of the solar system. But in the meantime, for the next couple hundred years, we'll have at least two places.
Yeah. Yep. Got to learn how to do it somewhere. It's like taking the baby steps off of Earth.
Yes.
All right. So next up, Tesla on the news 7 years ago. CEO Elon Musk says a lot of bold things, but he may have just outdone himself. Musk told investors on the company's earnings conference call that Tesla could be worth $700 billion by 2025. Like this one. I always love these, like his bold predictions.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a thought today that, Elon is a dreamer, just like everybody's a dreamer. But the difference is that he makes stuff happen. Like he takes the dream and intends to make it a reality.
Yeah.
And works really, really hard to do that. At least that's my understanding.
He asked why not, and just runs the math and says, "This is a chance, so we'll do it." if there's any chance, he'll make it happen.
And it's about the way he looks at the problem, the way he develops the solution, and the very calculated, cold in many ways, cold and calculated manner in which he reduces cost and cuts through all of the BS that's not needed, that we typically do just because, that's the way you build businesses.
Yes.
It cuts through all of that, minimizes the cost, and then executes.
Yes.
I really think, like, ultimately he may be known more so for his ability to do that, to execute, than his visions.
Yeah, because many people have had visions, but he actually makes it. It's a very rare skill to have a process-oriented person for a very theoretical person,
Yeah.
Like we were saying yesterday, there might be whole university departments based around his process.
Yeah, his methodology. Yeah.
And his methodology.
Almost like a oh gosh, it's slipping my mind right now, but what is like an approach that we've named after, like a scientific approach that we've named after a person?
The Deming theory,
sure.
The Deming process of development. Just something like the Wright's law you're saying, or something.
Yeah, something like that. But just something that we use in just like regular, like, layman's terms,
yes,
like use the Musk approach. And
the Musk approach.
It's almost like maybe first principles thinking will be renamed like the Musk approach.
Yeah, good.
Like generations down the line, like, no, you got to take the Musk approach at emptying the dishwasher or something. Like, we'll apply it to everything.
It's interesting. I mean, it might be. I'm surprised there's not a university now already that's starting a program around their.
Well, I have heard that in a lot of engineering courses and science courses at university, that it doesn't, like, the course doesn't go on very long before his name comes up, either by the teacher or by students. Right. That's right. He's just a very very part of the current zeitgeist, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, all right. So actually, he doesn't get involved until replying to Salif Cybertruck or Bust. What was the rationale behind the boombox recall? And he says, the fun police made us do it. Sigh. He's always getting on people taking away the fun,
Yeah. Like, what happened?
That's another thing. He's always having fun too. Love that.
He is. He makes it light the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like a game. Everything's a game. Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know if is the boombox. I think it was probably an application in Tesla. I don't
know if that was it or something they sold separate, like the flamethrower. I have no idea.
Yeah, they did sell microphones, karaoke microphones, yes. Tesla karaoke microphones. So we'll have to dig into the boombox recall. I'm not sure exactly what that's about. Let's see. Jeff Blueheart says, I cannot stand chatting with my Tesla delivery advisor over SMS. It's slow and there are major delays between responses. Why can't Tesla build a chat interface? And Elon, yep, we need to do that.
Well, doesn't mean they will, but he's listening.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there are probably other CEOs that do this, but I don't think that many do it to the extent that he does.
No.
Respond with his fan base and with his customers.
Do you think that this response immediately in his company, someone should know that they have to take care of this now, just by him tweeting?
That's a good question. I've watched some interviews with the new guy that's producing YouTube videos, and he used to work at Tesla, and he kind of provided some insight as to what it's like working there and what the workforce is like, in terms of like tracking Tesla, tracking stock price, tracking what Elon says, tracking his emails, because like his emails get leaked right away when they come out to, and I'm sure they're all following him on here, and
they know, fix it. He doesn't need to direct them. Like if this comes up, it just, the wheels automatically should be set in motion. It's kind of like I think of two things. One is the Four Seasons. I'm pretty sure it's Four Seasons. Hotels have a philosophy that if you see it, you own it. Like anything that's happening in the hotel, it's not like it's someone else's problem. If some room's messed up and you're in charge of cooking, your responsibility is to make sure that room is fixed somehow.
That is my understanding of the way Tesla's run as well.
Yeah. And also, Amazon with Jeff Bezos, they had the famous email. Everyone dreaded getting an email from him, because he'd send it to anyone at any level, and it was always like an email with like, explain, or what's this, like one word, and you had that was like everything had a halt to answer his question and get it fixed.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So you're probably right. Or someone will come in Monday morning or the next time that he's in a Tesla facility and be like, okay, Elon, like here's what we've laid out for the chat platform or whatever, for service platform. Yeah. And then he can either say, yeah, green light, red light, whatever, rework it. By the way, Farzad Mizbahi is the new YouTube channel of the guy who worked at Tesla. It's great.
Oh, really?
Great interviews, great videos and stuff. Highly recommend.
I'll check it out.
All right, let's see. We got to be catching up. No, he's been pretty active. So Shibatoshi Nakamoto, be the person your dog thinks you are. That's cute. And that's a famous line that everyone should refer back to, right?
I have to say that dog looks like an evil version of my dog.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it's just because it's holding the sign, but
yes.
It's like just walking on the street in New York. Yeah. I love that though. But again, it's like this is kind of related to that leadership tweet. It's just like he's always musing on being a better person, right? And like
that's like, I don't know how he does that, because he's so busy to the second, multiple companies. How does someone like that have time to reflect on anything? But he does.
Yeah. And he reads a lot of books too, right? From what he says. But he's very into memes, right? Memes and just Twitter and all that. So, and he likes to keep it light. So
he engages.
All right, I think we're almost caught up to yesterday. So here's one from Tasmanian. Great follow there. Tesla Model S Plaid battery pack is an engineering masterpiece, says Sandy Monroe. That was a tough one. Elon says new Model Y structural pack is next level though. And I love listening to Sandy Monroe just talk about Tesla and break things down. And he is extremely enthusiastic. I mean, one could almost believe that he's like biased in some way or like involved, but I heard he even like sold all of his Tesla shares. Like he decided that he couldn't produce the videos that he was doing while holding shares or like run a business.
Big decision.
Yeah. But I do love listening to his enthusiasm and his like technical breakdown of things. Of Tesla cars.
It is impressive. He's very passionate about it, but he gives backing for why.
Yeah. Yep. And the interview with Elon and him is great too. All right, just real quick, a few likes from Elon. So he liked this article, Shackleton's endurance modern star maps hint at famous wreck's location. I looked into this article a little bit. It's pretty cool. It's about they're trying to find I think this is Ernest Shackleton's like Antarctic voyage. The ship sank, but all of the voyagers made it out alive. It's my understanding, at least.
Yeah.
But they still haven't found the wreckage. So
wow,
it's like using chronometers and watches to find. Well, one of the navigator's notes, he was using chronometers to plot themselves on the map. But yeah, it's a pretty cool article.
Huh? Let's check it out.
Very few people, or very powerful people, stand to lose a lot of money if SpaceX wins. Remember that when reading hit pieces against them or Musk. By Peter Haig, PhD. Yeah, and this is a really cool article in Politico, just about the moon missions from NASA and all of the contracted companies involved, like Boeing and Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman, and then just multiple other vendors providing resources and supplies and stuff for NASA to make their efforts. And meanwhile, like Musk is just moving, or SpaceX is just moving at a pace that they like can't keep up with. And so they're saying that they're going to have a launch this year, but then the next, it's going to cost $2 billion or something.
Yeah.
And then the next launch is not going to be for like multiple years. And so they're all freaking out, like, man, how are they moving this fast? And kind of goes back to what we were talking about yesterday, like, or the day before, maybe, will he open source just a lot of his methods? In fact, I don't think that he limits any of that. So yeah, some of that, they're going to have to take those learnings and apply to their organizations.
That's right. If they can. I mean, they're so big, it's hard to change it around. So he's disrupting every industry.
Yeah.
Telecom, space, obviously the automotive.
Yeah, transportation, communication, like with Starlink.
Yeah.
And ultimately Neuralink, AI. Yeah.
Crazy.
Here's a good one. Be nice. Like that. Another one about what we all should strive for. Let's see. Yeah, in Sweden is supposedly Bernie Sanders' socialist paradise. 20% corporate taxes, no death tax, all private schools since '92. They do have a welfare state paid in by all, so they need a good economy to pay for it. Don't know what I've dug into that one, but you know, just some.
He likes it.
Yeah,
I thought Elon was in favor of death taxes.
Yeah. So does death tax, is that like an inheritance?
Yeah.
Same field there. Yeah. I think so, but
I guess the rest.
He's pretty opposed to socialist policies.
Yeah, in general. That's right.
Yeah. So I have to dig into that one, go a little upstream in there. But we're gonna keep rolling here. Chuck Yeager, this little note about Chuck Yeager, pretty cool. Like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeager, his exploits took humankind to the brink of space exploration, paving the way for successful missions of the '60s. That's pretty cool. Here's that quote again that he liked. Starship Super Heavy in the orbital launch tower in Starbase. John Krause, I think he
very cool.
Does a lot of photography down in Starbase. Cool.
Yeah.
Mandatory noisemaker. No one hears me coming when I'm in the parking lot anyway, unless I make actual noises, like with the radio or the horn. Yeah. Again, I guess I should have looked into all these a little bit more, but you know, we're going a little long here. So
a little long. So we'll do the finish on the Stanley.
Yeah, let's do that. So that's awesome. I used to be embarrassed because I was just a comic book writer while other people were building bridges, going on to medical careers. I began to realize entertainment is one of the most important things in people's lives. See, I think that's Elon gets that. Like he gets the
Yes.
entertainment aspect too, and the part that plays in our lives and in motivating us and just relaxing us and making us more productive, or just the creativity element, you know, he sees all that.
Yeah, he engages. I mean, he's not a great presenter, but he's not a pizzazz kind of, you know, Steve Jobs level, but he likes, in general, he keeps it interesting.
Yeah. I think this last line here, I feel that if you're able to entertain people, you're doing a good thing. Like he gets that.
Yeah, he sees the value. He understands it. It's good.
Cool. Well, there's other stuff here, but I think that's good. We'll wrap it on that and be motivated and inspired by Stan Lee and Elon.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, so that's it for today, February 13th, and we will wrap it up here and talk to you tomorrow.